The Vanishing Portrait. As an artist, I've always found solace in the whispers of the canvas, the murmurs of my brush against the blank spaces that yearned for color and life. It was during one such quiet evening that she appeared, a vision of ethereal beauty who seemed to emerge from the shadows of my studio. Her name, she said, was Alara. Her voice was soft and haunting, like a forgotten melody that lingered in the corners of my mind. She spoke little, but her presence was enough to ignite a fervor within me. I knew then that I had to capture her essence on canvas. The portrait took shape slowly, each stroke of my brush revealing more of her otherworldly allure. Her eyes, deep and enigmatic, seemed to follow me wherever I went, as if they held secrets from a realm beyond our own. I painted tirelessly, losing track of time as days turned into nights and nights into days. But it was the nights that held the most intrigue. Each morning I would find her image faded, as if she had taken a step back into the shadows. Her features grew faint, almost translucent, leaving me to retrace the lines and restore her presence. It became a ritual, one that I followed with an obsessive compulsion. As Alara's image continued to vanish nightly, I began to notice strange occurrences around my studio. Objects moved of their own accord, and a chilling breeze would sweep through the room, even on the stillest of nights. It wasn't long before I realized that Alara was more than just a muse. She was a curse. With each stroke of the brush that brought her closer to completion, the curse grew stronger. My friends, once eager to visit and see my latest work, now stayed away, claiming they felt an oppressive darkness whenever they were near. One by one, they fell ill, their vitality drained as if by some unseen force. I knew it was Alara, stepping into the real world, bringing her malevolence with her. Desperation gripped me. I couldn't destroy the portrait. Something within me forbade it. Instead, I sought answers, diving into ancient texts and obscure tomes, searching for a way to break the curse. It was during one such night of frantic research that I stumbled upon an old legend. The legend spoke of a spirit trapped between worlds, one who could only be freed by an artist's hand. She would appear as a muse, enchanting her chosen artist, who would then paint her likeness. Each stroke brought her closer to freedom, but at a terrible cost. The artist would be the final sacrifice, their soul taken to replace hers. I realized too late that I was that artist. The final strokes were nearly complete, her image almost fully restored. The knowledge hung heavy over me as I added the finishing touches, my heart pounding with a mix of fear and resignation. The night I completed the portrait, I felt a presence behind me. I turned to find Alara, no longer confined to the canvas, but standing before me in all her spectral glory. Her eyes, once so captivating, now bore into mine with an intensity that froze my blood. "You have freed me," she whispered, her voice a haunting echo, "but the price must be paid." As her hand reached out to touch mine, I felt a searing pain, my soul being ripped from my body. Darkness enveloped me, and I knew my fate was sealed. But the twist came not in my end, but in the revelation that followed. As my consciousness faded, I found myself within the painting, trapped behind the canvas, staring out at my studio. And there, standing before the easel, was Alara, brush in hand, painting a new portrait. Her eyes met mine, and I realized the truth. Alara had once been an artist like me, ensnared by the same curse, doomed to find her replacement. I was now the new prisoner, and she, the freed spirit, would walk the world once more. As I watched her paint, I knew that one day someone would come to see her work, captivated by her talent, and the cycle would begin anew. The Vanishing Portrait, it seemed, was never just a painting but a prison, a timeless, inescapable trap for artists who dared to dream too deeply.